What is up, everybody? The Reds have booked their place in the fourth round of the League Cup with a thoroughly convincing 7-2 victory over Lincoln in what was a very entertaining game. Goals all around for the Reds. 2 goals for Takumi Minamino. 2 goals for young Curtis Jones as well. Divock Origi, Jadon Shaqiri, and the last goal was scored by, God almighty, I hate when I forget the intros like this. Who got the last one? Who got the other one from outside the box? Marco Grujic. Just difficult to remember all the goal scorers. 7-2 to the Reds, ladies and gentlemen. We book our place against Arsenal in the fourth round of the League Cup at home, and I have to say, we carried no passengers on that pitch today. Every one of those lads out there in the Liverpool shirt put in a thoroughly great performance. It was just an entertaining game, wasn't it? 9 goals, how can we complain about it? We'll go through them in detail. We'll pick the bones out of the 2 goals we've conceded as well. As I promised you guys, the vote for the man of the match is up in the Flick Chat group as well. I'll announce that just before, the winner of that, just before we finish this celebratory stream, shall we say. What have we got? I think we're incredibly consistent at the Young Irish. RIP Arsenal on Monday, said Darth as well. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that game. Just a heads up, by the way, the Arsenal game on Monday has been moved to 8 o'clock. It was an 8:15 kickoff, but it'll now be 8 o'clock. Anyway, let's pick the bones through this one, ladies and gentlemen. We came out of the blocks really fast. 4-0 up by half time. An abundance of quality goals. The first one came from Jadon Shaqiri. Free kick right on the 90-degree angle on the edge of the 18-yard box, and he whips it in top bins. Just excellent. The goals kept on coming though throughout the game. A couple of great goals. And then one of my favourites actually was Curtis Jones' first goal. Came from a beautiful ball diagonally played by young Reece Williams. Played it Virgil van Dijk-esque. 40 or 50 yard diagonal ball. Divock Origi nodded it back down to Curtis Jones. He shifted his feet and found the corner. There was just a plethora of great goals today. Take your pick. Goals from outside the box in abundance as well. Things that you love to see. Beautiful. The goalkeeper probably should have done better for them on a couple of them, but who cares? From our point of view, it was great to see Jones get a couple. Great to see Minamino get a couple. Lovely to see Thiago Jadon get some minutes as well. His first appearance for Liverpool. It was fairly quiet. I mean, non-eventful for him, but it's just about getting up to speed, really. It's been probably a whirlwind 48, 72 hours for Thiago Jadon. Hussein said, "Hi Craig, love from Bahrain. How are you, buddy? Lovely to see you in with us." Man of them, what have we got? Arsenal against Monday, 8 p.m. kickoff, said Joanne. Shaqiri's free kick was unreal. What was your favourite goal of the night? Asked Mark Oliver. That's a great question, and I want to put it right back to you guys as well. Give me your answers in the chat, and if you're watching this back, let me know in the comment section as well. For me, my favourite goal, I think it's probably that Curtis Jones one, if I'm being honest with you, because of the beautiful diagonal ball, the cushioned header from Origi, and Jones still had a bit to do, but there was some absolutely exceptional goals there today. And Takumi Minamino followed in like a centre forward when young Elliott was put through as well to make sure he got another goal. You could pick each and every one of them and make an argument as to why they were probably. Origi's might be the weakest of the bunch, but that's because the goalkeeper should have done better. Not Divock's fault. He took his strike and scored just inside the penalty area, actually. If we want to look at the negatives, and there wasn't too many, I thought that Neco Williams was caught a couple of times in possession. One of them led to a Lincoln goal, and again, it'll be a learning experience for Neco Williams. And to give him credit, when he did lose that ball, he did get back into position, but just couldn't win the tackle, and then Lincoln went and scored. But the most disappointing of those goals for me was the second one, the one from the corner kick. To see Fabinho and Tsimikas out-jumped by somebody who split the two of them, got a header in off the underneath of the bar. I think we should be defending a little bit better than that, to be honest with you. But look, it's not a night to be critical. It's a night to give credit to those fringe players that came in, the likes of Harvey Elliott, Curtis Jones, Takumi Minamino was excellent as well. Shaqiri, massive shout out to Jadon Shaqiri. I thought he put in a class performance. He was all over the pitch, buzzing around, always available. The man of the match vote, I'm not going to try and give it my opinion on yet, because I want you guys to have your chance to vote over in Flick Chat. I'll announce the winner of that before we finish up this stream as well. Eamon Farrell liked Minamino's first goal. To say this was a second team, they were brilliant, said Bernadette Farrell. Bruno said that Curtis Jones was outstanding. Stig reckons that Power Cube was alright tonight. He was, and I've been one of Shaqiri's biggest critics, but he was nothing but brilliant tonight. He was everywhere, always available for a pass, finding space, making things move quickly, full of energy. It was a great performance, nothing but credit to him. Shaqiri's goal was exquisite, said Joanne. If you went and placed the ball, Joanne, into the top corner, you couldn't have done it much better. It was brilliant. It's all good, said Joseph as well. Can't wait for more LFC2. Grujic. Yeah, let's talk about Grujic. Daniel mentioned Grujic. Grujic had an excellent game today. Did everything that you wanted him to do in central midfield. Moved the ball, won his tackles, was available. Just classy. It's a very classy performance. You can see what that time of Hertha has done. Again, of course, it remains to be seen what happens at Marco Grujic and his Liverpool future. We've seen Wilson on the bench. Rumours of him going to Burnley as well. He didn't get any minutes. But we did see the introduction of Diogo Jota for his first performance in a Liverpool shirt. It was a rather quiet one, if I'm being honest with you. Didn't do anything too sensational. But look, I'm not expecting miracles from somebody who's just come in and become part of the squad. It's just all about getting time with players and getting used to each other's rhythms and stuff like that. He'll come up to speed very quickly. Don't worry about that. Both Williams need experience in defending, said Raheem. Yeah, Neco Williams is still learning. And you can see that there are still a little few tweaks. But it's important to remember as well, he's still a kid basically. I thought Reece Williams was very good today. Didn't look out of place at all in there. First half alongside Van Dijk. Obviously they had very little to do. In the second half, a bit more defending to be done from Liverpool. Credit to Lincoln as well for not letting their heads drop. Going in a half-time 4-0 down. They could have came out and got absolutely slaughtered in the second half. But they made a game of it and got themselves 2 goals. So full credit to Lincoln as well. Takumi Minamino was very involved, said Sean Morris. Again, yes, great performance from Taki. Again, somebody who's able to find that bit of space between the lines. And what I love about all these Liverpool players is how much they want the ball. They're not shy about asking for it. They're always available. The pressing was magnificent today, particularly in the first half. Every time a Lincoln City player got the ball, they were swarmed upon by this group of Liverpool players. Very difficult for them to play out from the back. They were forced into some long balls. We won a lot of the second balls today as well. I know we conceded too, but I don't want to be in any way critical today. I want to just laud those guys and going out there and doing a thoroughly professional job. And look, we booked a place against Arsenal in the 4th round. It's at home. It's at Anfield. Revenge, anybody? From the League Cup? Let's wait and see. We've got them on Monday night as well. Wilson should have had some minutes. I just wonder for him if he didn't have some minutes, buddy, because of that potential move to Burnley and the fact that he is available. Now, we know 20 million's the asking price there for him. It remains to be seen if that's the case. Really interestingly, Norrie and Brewster in and around the squad today. I told you guys we'd probably learn a little bit from this. Brewster's obviously on the way out the exit door. Whether that's a loan or a permanent deal, we'll wait and see as the night progresses. We might get more information. What is this? Shaqiri is kind of good while building from the back, said Sajad. He had nothing but good things to say about Shaqiri today. And as I said, I'm one of his biggest critics, but I cannot fault the man today. He put in an excellent performance. How did Jota play? He didn't do too much, to be honest with you, in the time he had on the pitch. But he also didn't do very much wrong. He just looked like a player that was trying to get minutes into his legs and get up to speed with what Liverpool are asking from him. Keane Hastings said, I love your content, Craig. Well done to you. Do you think we'll go far in the Cup? Well, I want us to, Keane. I really do. I want the likes of Jordan Henderson, Virgil van Dijk, Jurgen Klopp. I want them to finish their Liverpool careers with the full set. The full set of medals, a League Cup, an FA Cup, got the Prem. Do you know what I mean? Why not? And we've got the squad now that we can challenge on all fronts. We've got no excuses. Squad depth is fantastic. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing about the season ahead. I'm absolutely delighted with that level of performance today from those guys as well. It was great. It was another enjoyable night watching Liverpool. Everybody get on Flick Chat, said Jamie Howell. Yes, please do. Flick Chat is where we do all of our offline interaction with you guys. There's a poll on there right now asking you for your vote on Man of the Match. There's a quiz asking how well do you know Craig. And there's loads of other bits and pieces up on there as well. If you're not a member of Flick, there is a link floating in the chat right now. There's also a link in the description of the stream. It is completely free for you guys to join. Jace Roberts is in the house as well. Lovely to see you back in, Jace. Said, was really impressed with Tsimikas. Minamino growing in confidence, such an intelligent player. Curtis Jones, every bit the senior player as opposed to a youngster. He's always had that air about him, Jace, hasn't he? He just exudes confidence and ability and calmness and that leadership that you spoke about. And I'm really looking forward to watching his career progress. And Tsimikas does look like a very able deputy, or even somebody to come in and challenge Robbo. It's just more positives, buddy, isn't it? And it's great to see. Dara reckoned Kelleher should have had some minutes. You know me, Dara. I'm Irish. I'm biased. I would have loved to have seen Queevy and Kelleher get some minutes. Mervyn said, who was your man of the match? What time have we got? Give me 5 more minutes, buddy, before I announce it, because I don't want to give any... Do you know what? Feck it. The vote's up on Flick Chat. If you're going to vote, you're going to vote. For me, I would go with Curtis Jones, but it's very difficult because Shaqiri did excellently as well. But I'm going to give it to Curtis Jones. I thought he was brilliant. For me, the big three there that we're talking about for man of the match would have been Takumi Minamino, Curtis Jones, and Shaqiri. They were the top 3 for me, but a lot of great performances out there today in a Liverpool shirt. All the young lads done well, said Michael Manning. Again, yep, just another night of positivity. Happy Heritage Day here in South Africa, said Prometheus. Excuse my ignorance, buddy, I don't know what that is, but if it's a national holiday for you, celebrate it, and I hope you had a great day. Joanne said Origi did score tonight. Yes, he did. Got himself a goal from just inside the penalty area. I'm looking at Shaqiri's free kick here now on the TV in a replay, and my goodness, it was just exceptional. Shady said, hey Craig, do you think that this season will see more rotation? Yes, because it's a more compact season, buddy. The games are going to come thick and fast. We're basically going to be playing every 3.5 days for a lot of the season. And we've no excuse. We've got cover all over the pitch. Our midfield is stacked. We've got 2 players in every position at the back. I think we're going into this season in as good a strength as we could have hoped for, to be honest. Yes, you could make an argument that we still need another centre-back, but my argument back to that, and I'm not saying I agree with not getting one because I think we're looking, but I don't know if we'll get them in this window, is that if we do keep Gini Wijnaldum, and there are fresh links today to Gini Wijnaldum to move to Barcelona, by the way. They've moved on Suarez, they've moved on Vidal, they've moved on Ivan Rakitic as well. And there's talk today that they could come in looking for a late bid to take Gini Wijnaldum away. I don't know if Liverpool will entertain that at this moment in time. Yes, we did get Thiago in, but if we're not going to add a 4th choice centre-back, the reason Fabinho will make sense is because we have that much cover in central midfield. So as of right now, if Fabinho had to go in and play alongside Van Dijk, we can look at Thiago, we can look at Hendo, we can look at Gini, we can look at Milner, in that kind of pivotal role in the shield in front of the defence. Obviously we've got Naby Keita, we've got Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, we've got Curtis Jones, we've still got Marco Grujic. I mean, it's a stacked midfield there. So if Gini stays, I think the gamble of playing Fabinho at centre-back makes some sense. But if Gini moves on before this window closes, then I would like to see us go out there and get that centre-back. Barcelona obviously moved on Semedo as well to Wolves, by the way, which is a great piece of business by them. Do you think we should have scored more goals today? Said Ali. Look, buddy, how can I be critical of 7? Do you know what I mean? 7 goals. So, I'm not going to be in any way critical. Fabinho is great. I can live with him as a centre-back if Thiago's playing the 6, said Mark Oliver. Is it just me or has Elliott not been his best? He was good enough today, but it's important to remember, Harvey Elliott's 17. 17. The plan for the club with Harvey Elliott has never been that this is going to be his breakthrough season and that there's pressure on him. The club are thinking of the next 5, 6, 7 years with Harvey Elliott. 17, remember that. This kid, when he hits 19, 20, 21, is going to be sensational. So there are going to be times like this. When you see younger players come through, Neco as an example, sometimes you'll see nothing but the brilliance that the manager's seen in them to bring them through. But other times there'll be little blips. It happens. That's why you introduce young players in, give them a little bit of time, then pull them back out for a while, re-coach them, talk them through the experiences that they had in the first team, what they did wrong, what they did right, what they need to do at the highest level. It's all part of the education and progression of a young footballer. What do you think 7-2 game? Madness, James. I love it. I love when Liverpool are involved in these high scoring games, obviously when we're on the winning end of it. What else is there? Craig, who is your man of the match? I've gone for Curtis Jones, but again, it was Curtis Jones, Shaqiri and Minamino. It's a take your pick. I think they all had a great game. What have we got? Fireball Griff Gaming said, I can tell Jadon will be a real talent. Brian said Curtis Jones is ice cold. He is quality, man. Absolute quality. You could see it. The moment that turned for me, and I never had doubts on Curtis Jones, but the moment I knew that we had somebody here who was capable of handling everything that comes along with being a Liverpool player was in his post-match interview. I can't remember if it was after the Everton game or the Arsenal game, and he was talking to the interviewer, and he was basically saying, I'm knocking on the manager's door, I'm asking him, I'm telling him I'm ready, I want me chance, I'm chomping at the bit, and he's never let us down, and he never will, because he's a quality player. Grujic takes his time when passing Craig. It's annoying. I suppose, I don't know if that's a trait of the size of him. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's a big, tall lad. But he also protects the ball quite well, which, you know, he probably one of his attributes. Tsimikas was very good, said Mobile Gaming. 7 fantastic goals to Kieran Shiel. Curtis Jones reminds me of Gerrard. It's always tough, isn't it, to make these comparisons, but I can see where you're going. He loves a strike from outside the box as well. Mechatronics Geeks going for Takumi Minamino as man of the match. Think Jones will get some first team starts this season. Ask base face in space. Yes, defo. He's taken Lallana's spot in the squad, but I would say he will probably get more game time than we've seen in Lallana's final season. He's just quality, Jones. There's going to be no stopping this kid. Do you think Grujic to be able to cover defensive midfield player? Well, yes, he could, Bobby, 100%. But Brucey and Mönchengladbach are interested in Marco Grujic. Hertha Berlin would love to have him back as well. I think, if I remember correctly, there was an option in their deal to buy Grujic for 18 million, but they just didn't have the dough. So it remains to be seen what's going to happen at the end of this window. I'm still expecting some more outgoings from Liverpool, to be honest. But we've done our business rather well. We've got in what we've needed to get in, and I've got no complaints about this transfer window. None at all. Craig, do you like UFC and do you watch it? Yes and yes, but nowhere near as much as I like boxing or watch boxing, mate. I would be a casual UFC fan, but I do enjoy it. Dara said, doesn't this game show the virtues of shooting from a distance? Yes, absolutely, Dara. It's one of the things that we've asked of these Liverpool players a few times, that we just don't shoot enough from distance. It's one of the things actually that I like that about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain so much, is he's not afraid to have a strike. And today, again, we've seen some wonderful goals today from outside the area or just inside the area. Jason Roberts said, I get Emre Can vibes from Grujic, but he's so far down the pecking order, can't see him staying. It's a shame though, Jace, but I hear you. It's a shame. He was Jurgen Klopp's first signing, obviously. And I think he will go somewhere else and have himself a very good career. As Jace has pointed out, though, it's a long way to force himself into Jurgen Klopp's reckoning from where he is, but there will be clubs looking at Marco Grujic and rightly known that there's a good midfielder there. Great win, said Giants Nation. Neko trying too much to dribble. Think he should reduce that. What do you think? Again, I'm no coach, but from looking at it, he seems to get caught when he tries to turn back inside. So he's trying to do the right thing. So when a fullback's going on a run down the line, he's got two options, obviously. He takes the gamble and tries to go around the outside, knowing that he's very out of position if he gets caught. Or he can try and tuck back inside to keep the ball moving, shield himself across and get back in and get cover. And when he's being dispossessed, it's been a couple of other occasions that he tries to almost pull an Adam Lallana and turn the ball back inside where he's been getting dispossessed. But again, it'll all come with experience. He'll get told what he did right and wrong. And it's still a learning. It's still a time for him to learn. Connor put into the chat, must be strange for Grujic. Came in with Liverpool with bang average, hasn't been a big part since, and comes back to us when we're the best in the world. I know, madness. Daniel FIFA and more said Shaqiri's a good player. I think he needs more game time. If he can stay fit, he could probably get it, mate. That's if he stays now until the end of the season. There was talk of him moving on. There was some interest from Turkey in him. But today, that performance, that's the Shaqiri we need to see more of. That's the Shaqiri that I haven't seen enough of, but that has won a lot of Liverpool fans over with. He was great today. Nothing but respect for the man for that performance. Adrian was brilliant, said Mark. I've seen a couple of people trying to have a pop in the chat at Adrian. He could nothing wrong with any of those goals from a goalkeeping perspective, and he made 3 very good saves that I can think of. So yeah, I think Adrian did himself no harm today again. What have we guessed? I have a feeling Wilson, Grujic, Karius and Shaqiri, Origi, Brewster. I hope not, though, that they're going to move on. Good team today by Klopp, said Andy Kirkman. Yeah, look, it's difficult. Like, none of us want to see anybody leave the club, really, if we're being honest. But we do have to try and free up some money. There will be interest in a lot of our younger players because they're younger players that are quality. The Brewster one's the one that really sticks in my throat. I don't like the idea of selling Raheem Brewster, even with a buyback clause, but I do fully trust Klopp. How could I not? Right, what else have we got? A couple more minutes before we finish up. Do you think Minamino and Jones should start against Arsenal? No, if I'm being honest with you, because the front three have had their rest today, so I would expect, I mean, if I was to guess at 11 now, Alisson, Trent, Van Dijk, Fabinho, Robbo, Hendo should be back fit, Thiago, Gini Wijnaldum probably, and then the front three. That would be my guess for the Arsenal game. We got 58,000 people in the watch-along, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys as always for your support. The channel's continuing to grow. As you can see, we're only about 1,800 away now from 50,000 subscribers. If you enjoy what we do and you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please do. Also, don't be shy about letting your friends know that we're here. I'll be back tomorrow night as well with a show at 8:30, looking ahead to our game against Arsenal on Monday. Saturday is going to be Anfield Addenda's day off, but we will put up a video for you guys to make sure that you've got content ready to go as well. Loads of stuff coming up. I've got competitions that I'm going to be running as well. Excuse me, something got caught in my throat there. Yeah, we've got some competitions we're going to be running as well. One really good competition, by the way, that I can't announce just yet, but you're going to love. Interviews coming up. Still looking to pin down James Pearce. We've got an agreement for the interview. It's just James is a very busy man, of course. We're going to have Paul Tompkins on a little bit later on as well. Loads of stuff. Just loads of great stuff coming up on the channel. I do have one thing, though, that I have to announce. Unfortunately, Keith won't be available to come on as a second presenter due to stuff in his personal life, being a busy dude. Circumstances can change very quickly, and everything that we do is on... we do all this out of the love of it. We don't do it for a wage or anything, so, you know, you just can't do it. So, unfortunately, we won't be having Keith on as a second presenter, so it's just going to be me moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, but I hope you're alright with that. And we'll get a bit of Mr. Crosby as well. Naby to feature against the Gooners, said James. No, I've never had any problem when Naby takes the pitch, mate. What else is there? Do you think the squad today could survive in the Premier League? Yeah, they probably could, you know. Well, anything with Van Dijk in it, as far as I'm concerned, could survive in the Premier League. But that's a really interesting question. Thank you, Craig, for the fantastic support. Roger, always love seeing you in the chat, mate. I know you're working hard over there in Mongolia, down in the mines, and I'm being serious when I say that. Thank you for your support, Roger. Jones was boss, said Michael Robertson. Wishing Keith all the best, said Prometheus. We have to sell Adrian and get our second keeper. We're not going to in this window. We had been linked to Ergakan Kikir, the Trabzonspor goalkeeper, but Adrian's staying for the time being, so we'll wait and see what happens. Hey, I'm late. Neko looked poor today. Yeah, we went through it, Rafinha. He did get caught in possession, but he's learning. I'm going to keep defending him because he's a young man and he's learning, but he does have to up his game a bit, I'm not going to lie, but I find it hard to be critical of somebody who's still learning his position. Up the Wolves is in the house. How are you, mate? Lovely to see you in. Jones and Minamino, brilliant. Minamino starting to perform as we know he can, said Dave Farman. Yes, brilliant performance from him as well. It's just another positive day for the club and what's been a pretty positive period for the club. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you there, but don't forget... Actually, no, I can't leave you without announcing the man of the match vote on Flick, can I? Let me 2 seconds to get you guys the man of the match vote and let you know who won that one. Right, so the Anfield agenda man of the match is Curtis Jones with 48% of the vote. In second place was Takumi Minamino with 38%, and in third place was Shaqiri with 14%. Thank you guys for taking part in that. If you want to have more of that type of content, you want to take the How Well Do You Know Craig quiz, you want to get kept up with the latest Liverpool news, and you want to interact with other Reds, please do join the absolutely free Anfield Agenda Flick chat group. There is a link in the description of this stream. I'm going to be over there later on this evening. I hope to see you there for some more thoughts on this game. I'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 with another late night agenda. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video, and the champions of England are through to the next round of the League Cup. We're going to be at home against Arsenal. Up the Reds. I'll talk to you all soon.